softball. We had a list of them. Actually, I was surprised, Bob, a lot more than I thought. They've had 26, and I assume that's kicked up a couple since I got these stats. The United States, the Virgin Islands, Guam, all lead with 4, but it's hard to turn a double play because the second baseman is over close to first, and the ball really has to be hit sharp because of the short distance of the bases.
Well, here we are in the bottom of the 8th inning, and this is the situation. The score is 0-0. This is the first extra inning, the World Championship game between two teams that have come through the tournament undefeated to this point, Canada and the United States. Canada with runners at first and third and 1 away. The batter is Rick Robertson. Owen Walford throws fastball high and outside, ball 1. A run here for Canada ends it, and the Canadians would take home the championship of the softball world.
Robertson, rather, no intent that time of the squeeze. He was hitting.
Here's the pitch. Fastball over the plate, called strike. The count levels at 1-1. Walford bearing down. He has but 4 strikeouts in the ball game, but he is capable of getting that strikeout, getting many of them, and he is now aware that he must just throw that ball by people. Walford with that distinctive motion. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fast pitch up in the eyes again, that rising fastball.
Boy, it's so important now, if you're rooting for Canada, that this guy get the bat on the ball and make him throw it around like a hot potato. You got a cage line down at third. Well, the base runner down there, Christie, almost left the base too early. And, of course, you're out if you do that in softball. But he is really ready to roll.
He is. He's rocking into his motion at third base. A rolling start. Here's Walford on the 1-2 delivery. The arms up over the cap. Here comes the pitch. High on a fastball, and it's ball 2. And the count is level at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he showed us something laying off that rise. Most of the people we've seen in this tournament have had a difficult time being patient there. 2-2, I got to believe he'll go with the rise again, looking for the pop-up
Robertson
with the strikeout.
At 2 strikes has got to go for anything close. He can't take that third strike and go to the 2-out situation. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and foul tipped in the dirt at the plate. So Rick Robertson got a little piece of the ball in the Canadian dugout. Everybody is standing and applauding Rick Robertson's effort at the plate as he spoiled a very good fastball in on the hands. If Robertson, of course, goes down on strikes, then the sacrifice fly no longer is possible. Here's the wind once again. Walford pitches. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Robertson is gone swinging. Walford's 5th strikeout, and there are 2 away, and Bob Peterson will be the batter.
A pretty good hitter in this situation. He'll go to the left side if he follows the book that we've seen. He's hit twice to the shortstop and a base on balls. We saw him double against the Bahamas and really looked good. He got that ball game off on the right foot. He likes the first ball hit. Pretty good hitter. Does not handle the changeup. Now, I don't know if the United States is willing to throw the change in this
I
situation.
don't know at this spot. Bob Peterson has just gotten instructions from the third base coach, and they are going to intentionally walk him with a man at first and second base open, and that is a salute.
There's some courage
to the threat of Bob Peterson.
Well, I'll tell you what, they don't have a lollipop coming up in the form of Bob Stewart, a pretty good softball player. He's grounded out twice to the pitcher and has struck out once, but not a bad guy to have up there. Pretty
Peterson
consistent.
is staying in just in case Walford comes too close. I would not be surprised to see him reach out and try to stroke the ball to left field.
Can't step on that plate, too, and that's a key thing here. We've seen that happen.
Must stay in the batter's box to hit the ball, and the catcher, of course, must stay within the catcher's lines behind the plate until the ball is released.
Don't you just love Starling's
courage? There's Stewart, by the way, the on-deck hitter. He's just thinking now because he's coming up with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th.
Don't you just love Starling's courage, though, that he does what he thinks is best? Now, in this situation, if there is a base knock, we saw a ball game where the runner at first came down to congratulate the runner third who scored on a base on balls, and they had to run over and make him go down and touch second. That's so important. On the line right here, Bob. Let's see who's the better man, Walford or Stewart.
Bob Stewart, a strikeout and 2 ground balls back to the pitcher. He is 0 for 3 and batting .318. So Stewart is capable of making contact. He must not only make contact, but he must find the hole in the infield. Now with 2 out, the bases loaded, the infield has gone back to normal depth. The outfield has gone back, although they're not playing extremely deep for Stewart. He's not a big, strong power hitter. Walford is ready. The runners are ready to go. The bases are loaded. Only the 1 1/3 counts. Here's the pitch. Check swing on a high fastball. And you realize, of course, that with that intentional walk, There is now no place to put Bob Stewart, and another walk by Owen Walford, not intentional, would force the winning run across.
We've seen a ball game won that way by New Zealand. That was good bat control by Stewart. He did a good job laying off that.
Walford ready again, and here it comes. Pitches low and inside, and it's ball 2, and the Canadian fans in the stands are on their feet.
I got to believe you take this pitch if you're coaching at third base.
Oh, I would think so. I think you've got to make him throw a strike now.
Yeah, lean over the plate, stick your chin there, bother him a little bit, and take
They used
a
to
strike.
say, pull out your shirt.
That's right. Let it hit you. Easy.
Here's the wind. Walford is ready. The pitch curve, strike called. He caught the outside corner.
Boy, that was a tough pitch. I'll guarantee you, he did a good job there. Walford will compete with you.
Well, now would you make him throw another strike, or do you go ahead and hit away?
Can't put your man in the hole now.
Stewart deep in the box. Here's the wind. The runners are poised and ready to go. The pitch, he hit it up in the air on the first base side. I think we're going another frame. Over goes the right fielder to make the catch as Starling fell to the ground to get out of the way. It was in foul ground. It wouldn't have scored the run anyway, but the United States right fielder and second baseman almost got tangled up there as Bruce Miller came in. Here's the play again. Watch this. The ball up in the air in foul ground. And Starling went back. I thought Starling would have the ball, but Miller came in, and Starling slides there and almost got tangled up in his feet as he let him take it. But we come to the end of the 8th inning. A great threat, a great opportunity for Canada, but they failed to win it, and we'll go to the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left. The bases loaded, and after 8 complete, the score still tied. The USA nothing and Canada nothing. Well, here's another look at the fly ball down the right field line. The pitch did appear to be a bit high and outside, but in that situation, Bob Stewart didn't feel that he could take the pitch, a possible called strike. The right fielder comes over. Starling slides under his feet, and had that ball gotten away, of course, it would have been a life for Stewart with the bases loaded. It wasn't, and here we go to the top of the 9th inning. The World Championship of fast pitch softball on the line. Almost sudden death now between the United States and Canada. Jeff Peck, the batter, and Rob Ginter gets the curveball in for a strike. It's 1-1. Peck is 0 for 3. He'll be followed by Russ Van Zoren and Jim Wright, the heart of the order.
And these 3 can swing the bat.
Here's the fastball up high. The United States could conceivably get something going here. Peck, Van Zoren, both good hitters. Wright has had the hot bat tonight with a triple and a double in 3 trips. And following him, Don Van Dusen also has 1 hit in the ball game, a single. So if the United States is going to get at it, this might be their inning.
Bob, when you coach, you second-guess yourself, and I would imagine that the Canadian coach is second-guessing himself by not squeezing with Robertson. I know I've been in that situation way too many times, and, you know, sometimes you roll the dice right, and sometimes you don't. We have a 3-1 count now, and I really feel that the momentum is shifted to the United States side. Let's see if Peck can get it going.
Here it comes. Line drive, foul down the left field line. Of course, now with the count 3-2, Ginter will be trying to get the leadoff man, Jeff Peck, out of there. And remember that while the United States has the good hitters up here in the 9th inning, when we go to the bottom of the 9th, as we obviously will no matter what happens here, the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the order are up for Canada. So looking ahead, you know, Canada has a chance coming right back. Here's a check swing on a low outside pitch, ball 4. And so Peck walks, and the USA has the lead runner aboard in the 9th inning.
Well, he came with a changeup on a full count. That's how much they respect Peck.
And activity once again in the Canadian bullpen.
I'll tell you, Gunner's got his work cut out. He'll face Van Zoren, Wright, and Van Dusen. And none of those people are pieces of cake, particularly Jim Wright tonight.
Yeah, not a soft touch in the bunch right now. Van Zoren has walked, struck out, and grounded out, and he is a very capable hitter and good power. The pitch to him, he's started to come around to bunt. Didn't fully square around, but he started to come around. and took the pitch inside. It's a ball. Ball 1 to Russ Van Zoren, the center fielder for the United States.
What really has hurt the United States tonight is that they really need something out of that 8 and 9 hole hitter. And it just hasn't happened. So if they're going to get something going, I would assume this will happen right now.
He came around again and took ball 2 inside, and now we'll have a conference as Barry Newhouse will go out to the mound to have a word or two with his pitcher, Rob Ginter. The big man with the windmilling motion and the tremendous fastball. The Canadian team deep and strong in the pitching department. So they won't wait long to make a change. They've got somebody warming up in the bullpen just in case Ginter's in trouble. He has walked the leadoff man. He's gone to 2 balls and no strikes here on Van Zoren. Here's the pitch. He tried to bunt it, fouled it back.
That really surprised me. I thought he'd take a strike in that situation, but Starling just decides to go with the sacrifice. Now I would have to think that he'll be sacrificing again. You might see the smash play. Fake the bunt, try and drive it past the first baseman.
Boy, a tough man to get it by. That Greg Dick is excellent defensively at first base. And he's halfway to the plate. Here's the pitch swing. There goes the runner. The throw to second is into center field. Up at second base, the runner will hold there.
I want to tell you.
Stolen base.
Bob, I'll tell you. You talk about a gutty call. The skipper, Jack Starling, just had the gut. I might see the smash play. Fake the bunt. Try and drive it past the first baseman.
Boy, a tough man to get it by. That Greg Dick is excellent defensively at first base. And he's halfway to the plate. Here's the pitch swing. There goes the runner. The throw to second is into center field. Up at second base, the runner will hold there.
I want to tell you.
Stolen base.
Bob, I'll tell you. You talk about a gutty call. The skipper, Jack Starling, just had the guttiest call of this tournament. Went against the grain, stole a base. We take another look. There are not many stolen bases in softball. They catch the catcher, relax. Newhouse was down on his haunches. It's a bad throw. Good speed as the stolen base comes through, and Peck is at second.
There he goes again. I think that's the equivalent of hit and run right there. He was going, and the batter was trying to hit the ball behind him. Now let's see what we have. We may have a runner going out to take over at second base. We do. A pinch runner as Bill Stewart, another Seattleite, will go out to run. So Stewart goes in to run for Jeff Peck at second base.
Does he have that kind of speed? Because I'll tell you, that Peck runs pretty good.
He does. He has excellent speed. He's an outfielder, and he has good speed. Big man, but he can run. Bill Stewart from Seattle, one of the added players to this Midland, Michigan crew.
Well, what's really important now is for Van Zoren to pull the softball. Move the runner over. It's a 2-2 count. He really can't afford to bunt in case he fouls it off. Pull the softball here and help your team.
Infield has gone back to normal position. Here's the bunt to the mound. The pitcher will go to first base in time for the out, and the sacrifice work.
Well, there's Starling going against the grain again. They bunt the ball, but they don't take any chances. They bunt it right up the middle, and the runner was on the move. So here, look at what we got going now. Jim Wright, who is a triple, a double, is up, could get that intentional pass. Here's the bunt, up the middle. Normally you don't do that except on the squeeze. Boy, there is no hesitation.
This is also Irv a guts call because he was bunting with 2 strikes and a foul ball there. He strikes out, the runner doesn't advance, and you lose the advantage you had already with that man reaching second base. And here comes the Canadian coach out. We're going to have a conference at the mound.
If he walks one, I'll tell you what, he better walk the next one because Van Dusen will break it up. The problem has been in the 8-hole. There have been 3 strikeouts among 2 people, and the 9-hole has done nothing either. We're up to number 6, Jim Wright, 2 for 3 on the night, and has really looked good.
Jim Wright, the first baseman, a triple and a double. He popped out in the second inning, his first time up to the first baseman, but after that he has been just plain trouble for Canada's pitching staff. Rob Ginter remains, and now let's see what the strategy will be. Do you take the bat away from Jim Wright at this point, or go ahead and pitch to him?
I don't think I'd let him beat me.
They're going to walk him.
Well, I think it's right. You don't let him beat you. He's hot.
They're going to walk him, and you notice that Rob Ginter is not going to throw him anything soft that he can reach across and hit. But Jim Wright will stay ready just in case.
Well, do you walk Van Dusen to set up the confrontation between Bat, who has struck out the last 2 times, and Starling, who is 0 for 2 on the evening? What do you do?
I think they're just walking this young man because he has such a hot bat. I think they're trying to get rid of him, take the bat away from him, and that they will probably pitch to Van Dusen. But we will see momentarily because the count has now gone to 3-0, and here comes the 4th outside pitch. As Ginter really wheeled that ball, I'll tell you, he didn't waste anything. He came hard to the plate. Right is walked intentionally. And Don Van Dusen now is the batter. Now, again, in softball, it would be perhaps a dangerous play to go via second base for the double play. They will bring the infield up now to cut off the run. Now the question is, would Jim Wright steal second base? Now,
I don't think so,
because,
well, they are. I was going to say you don't want to steal second and intensely pass. I'll tell you what, the Canadian coach going all the way. He wants to face Butch Bat, who is 0 for 2, and that would bring up Jack Starling if they would get him, and he also is 0 for 2. The heart of the United States order has been the people we've just been watching, and Van Dusen has looked good, so it's good strategy.
So we go to 2-0, and Rob Ginter is still wheeling that ball hard as he intentionally passes his second man, Don Van Dusen, with one more pitch. Everybody alert, however, just in case something happens. There's ball 4. So they are loaded now. Americans on all the bases. As Stewart, the pinch runner, is at third. Wright is at second. Van Dusen is at first. And here's Butch Bat. Bat to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top half of the 9th inning. The game for the World Championship. 1 game, sudden death, and it's an extra innings tied 0-0 between the United States and Canada. And the United States has a great threat bubbling up right now. The water boiling. The question is, can Butch Bat now get one of those runners home? The infield is all the way up. Ready, Rob Ginter, the pitch. A line drive to center field. Center fielder back, one hands it. The runner tags at third. Here he comes to the plate, and the USA goes ahead 1-0 in the 9th inning.
And what a man to get it done.
Butch Bat, the hometown hero, hits the ball, and Phil Stewart of Seattle slides across with a run. The United States leads 1-0 in the top half of the 9th inning.
Well, the fans are going wild, and I'll tell you something. You saw a veteran come through there. He has looked poor the 2 previous times. He hits the first pitch, does dead center field, almost gets it over the center fielder's head.
Yeah, he didn't wait. He saw the pitch he wanted. He jumped on it.
An inside-outside swing. I watched the runner at third, Stewart. He took a step down and then went back and tagged quickly. So the United States of America has taken a 1-0 lead as Butch Bat. And boy, you can't emphasize enough, Bob. He really had looked rusty the 2 previous times. He got the job done. And he foils the strategy of Al Beckman.
There's your
the
runner
tag.
at third.
You've got to tag immediately. There's Tony Avila getting him excited. Bill Stewart from the Pacific Northwest scores the go-ahead run.
And look at him after he scores it. He looked like a cheerleader. He's leading 8,300 fans in a cheer as the United States takes the lead on the sacrifice fly by Butch Bat. 1-0 in the 9th inning.
And the strategy backfires. The 2 intentional passes. Butch Bat, who really had a rugged time the first 2 times, makes that strategy look very poor, and the United States leads. And I'll tell you, they're not done yet. First and third, 2-way.
Here's Starling. He bluffs the bunt. The runner goes for second, and he'll go all the way. Stolen base.
Well, you know, we've seen very few ball clubs really contest that play. You always contest it in baseball, but we just haven't seen that in softball. They'll do everything to keep a run from scoring.
All right, Starling with first base open. Falls away from a high inside pitch, ball 2. I think the reason that they don't contest it, of course, is the 60-foot baseline, and it does give that runner from third base a chance to come home in a great hurry, and if they throw that ball down and it's mishandled at all, he's there. He's scored.
Good point, Bob.
2-0 the count to Jack Starling. A high fly ball behind the shortstop. He goes racing back. The left fielder coming in, and the left fielder dropped the ball. 2 runs are in. The left fielder, Bob Peterson, overran the shortstop and dropped the ball as he went flying through the air. 2 more runs score on the error as Jack Starling winds up at second base. Watch this one again.
Well, all of a sudden the wheels have fallen off because this ball definitely should have been handled. They do not get together. Here it is, a pop-up. And I mean, it's a major league pop-up. It's up there a ton.
Now remember, your infield was in, Irv. There was a lot of room behind him. It perhaps was a better ball for the left fielder to take.
They just do not get together.
They didn't get together.
The outfielder's got to keep coming in. The infielder goes back until he hears him called off. And those 2 runs are going to be very, very tough to get back. And here's
That'll
a tough out.
be the
Johnson.
first error of the ball game, charged to the left fielder, to Bob Peterson. And now it is 3-0, the United States. And to the plate comes Rod Johnson. Ground ball. Shortstop has it. Throws to first for the out. The inning is over, but the damage has been done. The United States has broken through in the ninth for 3 runs. And they did it without benefit of a hit. There was 1 error and 3 walks in the inning. And the United States has taken the lead at the end of 8.5 innings. The top of the ninth is over. It is the United States 3 and Canada nothing. And listen to the fans. They are chanting USA, and the flags are running, and the fans are just going out of their minds here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, as we come now to Canada's desperate last chance, or the USA will win the World Softball Championship.
And the United States, of course, very fortunate, because Canada had a chance to win this thing in the 8th inning when Christie got that base hit. He moved around to third, and then they just unable to get the run across with 1 out. The U.S. has been very opportunistic. They've really done an excellent job, and of course their hitting has been excellent the entire tournament. And boy, you saw a guy, he has got to be the happiest man in the Pacific Northwest. Butch Bat in front of 8,000 of his friends, a television audience, and he gets the key here. Well, it's not a key hit, but he hit the ball.
Well, it is the game-winning RBI unless Canada can mount a rally here in the 9th inning. But remember, as we looked ahead earlier, the Canadians will have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Ostrasser, Green, and Dick, coming to the plate against Owen Walford. And the Fog, if he can get him, will get himself another World Championship victory. The United States leading. These teams undefeated coming to this game, the final game of the tournament here in Tacoma. And now it is all down to the 3 outs in this frame. Walford ready. Ostrasser, the batter, the right fielder. He's 0 for 3 in the game. Foul in the dirt at the plate, and it kicks back. Boy, he wanted that one, and catcher Butch Bat, who knocked in that go-ahead run, was pounced on it like a cat. He wheeled around. He almost ran over the plate umpire looking for it. All right, here's the 1 strike now, and Walford is ready. Here it comes. Foul back into the screen. Strike 2 for Brian Ostrasser.
He had a good rip. We mentioned this before. He was the only baseball player off this Canada ball club, was a New York Met farmhand.
Ostrasser, John Green, Greg Dick. The Canadian club could not ask for a better group at the plate for this possible last chance for the championship. He changed up a little bit, Irv, and he just missed outside.
Pretty good pitch, wasn't it?
It really was. It was a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes in a situation like this. Again ready. The hands up over the head, and here it comes. A line drive, foul down the right field line up against the base of the stands. That'll be run down by the right fielder, Bruce Miller.
Another let-up pitch. I'm really surprised. That's a lot of respect for Ostrasser. I thought he would throw the heat.
Well, I think with a 3-run lead, Walford feels now he has something to work with. He can use everything that he has in the package. 1 run, perhaps he'd just rear back and fire. Now it's 1-2. There's the swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 3. Ostrasser is gone. Walford has 6 strikeouts. And the United States is 2 outs away from the championship of the world in fast-pitch softball here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma. And at midnight, the gong will ring, and they'll start changing this Cinderella softball park into a baseball stadium again. John Green, the 3rd baseman. Right-hand batter, Walford ready. Here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Oh, he got a little piece of it. It's a foul ball, but it's a strike.
Green really does swing the bat. He does not have a base hit tonight, but he will make contact. The Fog got him in the 2nd inning, but ever since then, the ball has been hit hard. It's just been right at fielders.
Green with that bat out over the plate, looks at a fastball low and inside. Now Walford is starting to fog the ball. He is coming hard now on almost every pitch. Ready again. The wind and the delivery. There's the changeup curve, and that's a strike call.
Ooh, that looked good. Got him out on that front foot. The shoulder was open. There was no way Green was going to hit that ball.
He was probably better to hold the bat because he probably would have just popped it somewhere if he'd gotten any bat on it at all. 1-2. A ground ball, big bounce. The shortstop up, gloves the ball, throws to first. 2 out. Don Van Dusen to Jim Wright. Short to first. 2 away. And the United States is 1 out away from the championship. And this scrappy Canadian team puts all its hopes now in the hands of the big first baseman, Greg Dick. He must get aboard to keep this alive. The Canadians need 3 runs to tie. They need 4 to win it in the bottom of the 9th, and there are 2 men out. The conference between Starling and his right fielder, Bruce Miller, and time has been called. Now we have some fans on top of the Americans' dugout on first base side. They're leading cheers down there. American players are out on the top step. They're ready to make that run to the field to join their teammates if they get this last out. Greg Dick ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball called strike.
Well, Honey, he's still got the good stuff, and he still refuses to come down the heart of the plate. He's working tough with his catcher, hitting knees and shoulders, staying on the corners.
Great location, great control. There's the wind again by Owen Walford. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a blazing fastball, strike 2, and it's down to 1 strike.
Well, that one dropped off the table. Now, you know Walford wants to go on a blaze of glory tonight. He wants the K. What does he got?
He has 6 now. 6 now. He'd like to get number 7 here. Owen Walford looks down for the sign from Butch Batt, who goes down behind the plate. This could be Canada's last strike in the championship game. Here's the wind by Walford. Here it comes. A ground ball to the first baseman. Backhanded by Wright. Steps on the bag. It's over. The United States wins the World's Championship of fast pitch softball. Look at him and listen to this crowd.
And I wonder where Butch Batt is. You hope he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, he's right in the middle of that welded mask. He's all right. He's a big young man. He can take care of himself. For Canada in the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It is over. The United States wins the World's Championship undefeated through the tournament. The short score. Here it comes again. There's Bill Stewart tagging up. And on to the plate he comes on the fly ball to center field by Butch Batt, their teammates with the Peterbilt Western team, and the 2 flag bearers who've been carrying them around the ballpark all night have met in the center of the field, shaking hands. They're exchanging flags.
Isn't that great?
A great show of sportsmanship. These 2 gentlemen have been carrying the Canadian and American flags around the middle of the field all night. They just went out and traded them. Players shaking hands. The short score, the United States 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Canada, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And that's it, the championship to the United States of America in World Fast Pitch Softball here in Tacoma. USA 3, Canada nothing, and we'll be right back. Well, the United States won it in the championship game 3-0, but this is the winning run coming on the last play of the game. This is it, the ground ball, the Canadian hitter at the plate. He hits the ball to the first baseman, Jimmy Wright. He's far off the bag when he spears it. Look, he points the bag. He says, I got it. And look at Jack Starling go up in the air, the ball away up in the air. And the American team is just absolutely overjoyed as they win it by a score of 3-0. They got the 3 runs in the top of the 9th. And here's the trophy they win, the World Cup for fast pitch softball that is about to be presented to the United States team. There's Howard Bogey from the organizing committee, and they're getting the trophies out now at home plate. Many of the fans are still here for the presentation. They had 8,343 for the championship game. For the Pacific Northwest, an all-time attendance record for a softball game. And the United States sends them home happy. Most of them, at least, Irv. There were quite a number of Canadian fans here who would have liked to have seen it gone the other way and who had an excellent team to root for.
And, Bob, let me make a comment that I really am sincere about. We saw great sportsmanship at this tournament, and a lot of times you just don't see that anymore. And, boy, we saw it here. It was tremendous.
It was great sportsmanship individually, collectively, the fans, the teams, the players, everybody. Jack Starling now being surrounded by the reporters down there and giving his version of what happened, and from the looks of things, getting the reporter's version of what happened as well. And the flag-waving fans are here. And I guess that's the whole story, as the United States wins the trophy, the big championship World Cup trophy.